Hey, I'm not
Or-
arguing with anybody else, and you can't argue with anybody. If we're not arguing with these people, we're trying to make a solution.
Yeah, move it
That's
to
what
the
we're trying to do,
street.
is make a solution.
Move it to the street.
Steve, I'm gonna
See,
ask
we
you,
understand, everybody got their own opinion, and that's fine. You already had went off on Tim a minute ago, you cussed him out. That's not code, yes, you said it's bullshit, I heard you.
It is bullshit.
Okay, that's fine, but don't talk to him like that.
Thank you. I'm a taxpayer in the city, and so I feel like I have a right to speak on what is best for the city as a whole, so I appreciate your time. Thank you.
okay, but before we move on, I have a responsibility to maintain some decorum here. So to my counselors, we're not gonna shout at each other. We're not gonna shout at the people speaking. They took time out of their day to come up here and speak their point, whether they're for the trail or against the trail. Mr. Thompson, fine example. Came up here, he had several things he wanted to speak about. He was very cordial about it, and I appreciate that. If council, if we can't get through this presentation, we will end this presentation, and it will be horrible for the citizens not to be able to get their voices out. So you might have a council member here who's gonna ruin it for everybody. So I'm asking you, I'm not telling you, Steve, I am asking you to be civil when we speak about these matters in public. For my other counselors, I know we're frustrated, but we're not gonna scream at each other. Let me try to control the pace and tone of this if we can. I know we're gonna get a little heated here, but same with the audience members. Try to keep it to yourselves. When somebody speaks something, you know, let's just let everybody get everything out, and then we can go through a myriad of questions if we want to, and I'll bring other members back up here. But I cannot control this meeting if we're screaming at each other, if we're cussing each other, and if we're speaking to the public that way. I don't want the public speaking to us that way, and we'll try our best up here at this dais not to speak that way. If we all agree to that, we can proceed on. If not, we'll move on from the side. Council agrees? Steve?
I'll keep my mouth shut for a little while.
Open it again and blame the side.
Thank you. That's all I have. Do you have any questions for me?
All right, thank you. I appreciate your time.
And I've got one other thing that really concerns me on the Lakeshore Drive is that the rebar and concrete business got tags off of the mayor selling rebar for this project, and that concerns me as well.
What concerns you about that?
What concerns me is you're making money off the taxpayers' money.
Well, we have a city charter that we changed that said we're able to do that.
Still subcontracting, and it's unethical.
Kinley, are you able to speak to that? To the charter and changes? And
The charter authorizes you to be able to sell rebar to a contractor working for the city. There's no violation of the law, there's no violation of state law, there's no violation of the charter. I think it's.
That's why y'all had the charters changed.
No, the citizens voted on it. I think it was 80%.
If it hadn't have been for me, it would've got voted right here. I made it go to a citywide vote.
Well, y'all, I say y'all, I won't lump you with anybody, but you're one of the ones that say put those things in. Well, the charter changes have to come from
Well,
the
and
citizens.
Mr. Mayor, just to clarify, the charter change doesn't address this issue. It was perfectly permissible and legal prior under the old charter as well. This is not an issue.
I just wanted the public to be well aware of what's going on.
Well, I'll let the public know right now that yes, even currently, we have contracts going on right now. Are you walking out?
I'm done.
We haven't adjourned the meeting. Well, let the public know that we, currently, I fully pursue any type of subcontract that I can do. I've been asked on the Taft project, it didn't come to. I usually say my success rate's usually 1 in 20 when I'm bidding jobs. For every 20 jobs I bid, I get one. I haven't had the opportunity to work on any city contracts yet, but the charter does allow me to do subcontracts. If one comes available, somebody asks me, I'll place a bid. Got to feed the family. As long as it's not illegal or unethical, I think we'll press forward. We have 3 contractors on council. I think I've got one actually running for another seat here. Same thing, that, he does work for the city, but, we're not allowed to do what we call direct contract work with the city. That's still illegal. We're not allowed to do that. But I'd still, if, Kinley Hegland Construction Company gets a job and I want to be able to do subcontract work, I'll surely pursue that, as long as it's legal and ethical.
And I'll marry you on that too.